Hi everyone, welcome to English Lessons with inlingua Vancouver. My name is Linda. Today we are going to be looking at two verbs that confuse students sometimes and when to use them and when not to use them. So the two verbs are do and make. So the first part we're going to look at is do. Do is a verb, so like all verbs there is the simple tense and then there's also the present tense and then there's also the past tense. So let's look at do. Do is used as follows. First one, when talking about work, jobs, or tasks. Let's look at the example. I did my homework. Homework could be work, and it can also be a task. So you can use the verb do. I did my homework yesterday, and the past tense of do is did. Second example here is we do the housework. Housework could also be a task. It is also considered work as well. So we use the verb do. We do the housework. Okay? So then let's look at the second point. When we refer to non-specific activities. Now, what is non-specific activities? In these cases, you will see words like thing, something, anything, or everything. So, for example, I want to do something. The verb here, again, you see do. Something could be anything, like I want to do, something could be I want to study. Study can be something. Riding a bike could be something. Okay, so let's look at number 3. We use do here is to replace a verb when the meaning is clear or obvious. So you can replace the verb when the meaning is clear or obvious. For example, do I need to do my hair? So, do I need to do my hair? What verb is being replaced with do? Hair, so the verbs that are being replaced is brush or comb. Another example is, I did the laundry yesterday. Now, the past tense of do is did, keep that in mind. So, what is did replacing? Did is replacing I washed the laundry yesterday. So, first point is when talking about work, jobs, or tasks. Another one is when you're referring to non-specific activities. So again, keep in mind that if you see non-specific activity, something like something, anything, everything. And number 3, this one's the tricky one, is do replaces the verb when the meaning is clear or obvious. So we see the 3 points here, but also keep in mind that do is used for making questions in the present tense. For example, do you like chocolate? Or do you like studying English with me? I don't know. So now, since we finished up with do, let's take a look at the verb to make and when to use them. Okay, now we are back. We finished up with the verb do. Now we're going to look at the verb make. Like do and like all the verbs in English, there is the tense. So remember that to make, the past tense, it's an irregular verb, so it's made. Where is it? Here it is, made. So there are 6 ways that you can use the verb to make. So they're quite simple. Number 1 is for producing, constructing, creating, or building something new. Okay, so something new. Example, I made a cup of coffee. So I produced something new. There was no coffee from the start. I had to make the coffee. Okay, number 2. Indicate the origin of a product or the materials that were used to make something. Example, wine is made from grapes. Wine is made from grapes, yes. And also, where was this made? You can all check. China. So this inlingua mug was made in China. Or, I have a bag here, a recycled grocery bag. And it says here, this bag is made from 80% recycled material. So the material to produce this bag was made from 80% recycled material. Okay, so then we'll look at number 3. Use make for producing an action or a reaction. You make me happy. You make me smile. So that is a reaction or an action. How about onions? What do onions make you do? Onions make you cry, okay? Another one, number 4, when talking about plans and decisions. So you make plans for dinner, or you make plans to go on a trip, or you make plans to study English. Then number 5, with nouns when you're talking about speaking and certain sounds. So the children make a lot of noise. My class makes a lot of noise as well. Then the last one is over here, very important, when talking about food. So, like I said, number 1, the first point said when producing or constructing or making something new is food. I made a cake. Or we made dinner. I made sushi last night. So you're producing something new, and for food you're always making something, so you use the verb to make. So here you have it. Make is used for producing, constructing, creating, or building something new. Like number 6, when you're talking about food, meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner. I made breakfast. He makes breakfast. 2 is to indicate where something is made, like this cup here was made in China. And the materials that were used to make this bag is, this bag is made from 80% recycled materials. Then there is 3. Use make for producing an action or a reaction. Again, the onions. When you cut onions, when you chop onions, what do they make you do? They make you cry, right? Or they make you tear. That is a reaction. And also, number 4, when talking about plans and decisions. You make dinner arrangements. You make reservations at a restaurant. And 5 is with nouns when you're talking about speaking and certain sounds. So children make noise. And then again, when you're talking about food. So when you think about food, you think about when you cook a meal, so you make breakfast, you make dinner, or he made cookies. Okay, so when you're talking about food, you use the verb to make. So we started with to do, and now you know the difference between when to use do versus make. There are many other examples, and please leave them in the comment box below, and that is it for today. So, thanks for coming to study, and now you know the difference between do and make and when to use them. Leave your comments below, and also make sure to leave your own examples of when to use do and when to use make, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. Okay, thanks, and see you again.